It's been crazy. So we were a part of it was like a Shark Tank kind of program, and we won a grant, and then from that grant they purchased these HP printers.
Okay.
And then what's cool is we have a scanner, and they'll come and they'll scan my leg, and then they will scan an old socket that I had. And so this thing fits perfect. And above the knee amputees fluctuate 8 to 10% throughout the day. And then, so you see how they, and these are comfort cells and they're squishy. And then, so like in the morning, I will be a little bit bigger, and then as the day goes on, I progressively start to shrink, and then I can shrink that down.
Is that blood flow? Why does your leg?
I think it's just like, it has to do with like circulation. People's feet are bigger in the morning or whatever, and then through the day as circulation improves. So that has been the biggest problem. What we'd have to do in the past is like put socks on our leg.
Take them off.
And then, and what you would do is that you would try to get, like if you were putting your shoe, a foot in a shoe that's too small, knowing that your foot's gonna shrink down a little bit and eventually it's gonna feel all right.
Yeah.
So it was this constantly being in pain, honestly. It fucking sucked.
Yeah.
And then I tried to have a job. I was working at a physical therapist department doing like paperwork shit, and I wore pants, and I'd have to go to the bathroom, and I have to take my pants all the way off, take my leg off, put my socks on, put everything back on, and then realize that I need another layer.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it was just this pain. Now it's like, pop it and go.
Badass.
This one up here does the rim. Good stuff. And what it does too is it keeps a person in their socket longer. Because I thought it was like, oh, I'm gonna get a new socket, it's gonna be cool. Then it's like, no, it's like getting a new pair of shoes that are too small. You gotta try to force your fat foot in.
Right.
But now having this, and then they have a library of my legs, and they can go back in and say, we want to make this same socket, but make it 3% smaller, make it 2% smaller.
Yeah.
And so it'll take care of. And then you're, because before they would take a plaster mold of your leg, and then they would file it down. So there were a lot of things that could go wrong. And with this one, it's your exact leg. Like, there's no deviating from, like, it's your exact leg. And this particular socket was printed in Spain because HP wanted, they wanted to, I don't know what they wanted to do, but they sent it to me, and I was like, sure, I'll try it out.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a stormtrooper. And another guy, he's up below the knee, he got one too. So it was kind of like, what I even wanted to do is like get a red one, get a green one, and then have like, you know how they were doing those AI pictures of people, like have the red one make a guy look like Superman, have the green one like the Hulk, maybe have the blue one like Captain Universe.
So they're just headquartered in Spain, and that's why.
So this particular printer was in Spain. We print all of ours in Windsor.
Okay.
They have a 3D printing shop there. One of the coolest things that I've seen them do was an arm for this little girl. She was 2 years old, and she was born without her arm here. She wanted to ride her bike, and it was just hard for her to ride her bike. So they 3D printed her an arm, and then on the end of it was like a Lego guy's arm that snaps over the handlebars.
Yeah.
And then they, so they can put anything on it. So they put a little butterfly on it.
Yeah.
And painted it pink. And dude, she put that arm on, and she'd never rode her bike before. She put her arm on and hooked it up, and she just took off.
Badass.
It was just like, she'd been riding forever, and it was just crazy.
That's awesome.
You see little kids, they're pretty resilient.
Yeah.
You see like little kids get up and do shit, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have an above the knee. He's 9 years old, and he comes into our classes, and I help coach him, help him.
Yeah.
He didn't want to take his leg off, and that was like probably the hardest thing.
Really?
I was just like,
hey, maybe he'll go pro
I was
right
like,
away,
listen,
get
buddy,
knocked out
like,
the first 20 seconds.
if you're gonna do anything,
hey, listen.
and like you get to middle school, you want to wrestle, you want to do anything, they're gonna make you take your leg off.
Yeah.
So you better get kind of used to this stuff now.
Right.
He looked at me like, I don't want to. I'm just like, it's up to you, man.
Yeah.
And then he finally started doing it, and it became. He thought that the kids were gonna like stare at him.
Right.
But I was just like, dude, you take your leg off, I'll take my leg off.
Yeah.
And so every time he takes his leg off, I take my leg off, and it's just like he feels a little bit more comfortable about it.
That's awesome.
And the kids are really.
That's life. Ooh.
Like, I think that
Got some air.
Originally, they got issues with the other kids, but the other kids, I think they're used to seeing me too. And when they see me with my leg off, and they see him with his leg off,
it's nothing.
Everything's going there.
Yeah. That's super cool that you had that. Because could you imagine if you had a tough time, how much more difficult it would be?
No, I know. And that's what I told him. I was like, I'm pretty lucky that I lost my leg when I did.
Right.
I didn't have to go through all the school.
Yeah, those kids are ruthless.
And he's a twin. So I think that helps out too. He's got his twin brother, and they're both little beasts. I mean, they are little terrors.
Yeah.
It's really cool to have them come in and you know, do the boxing, do Jiu Jitsu.
Yeah. That's super cool.
And then I've been trying to teach him some of my secret moves and stuff. And then to watch him kind of like think through it and understand kind of what I'm telling him. Because it's a lot different. I had a really good understanding because I'd done all this stuff before I lost my leg. And he's just kind of getting into it. And I suppose. I told him, I was like, listen, you're a better athlete than I am.
Yeah.
Because he was born with it. But yeah. Amputee longer than I am.
Yeah. That's a great point. And imagine where you've gotten. If he has the same attitude as you, he's going to be.
That's what I told him. I go, I can't wait to see what this kid does. Because the way I'm looking at it is like, we don't have to worry about the Paralympics. Let's go to the Olympics. You know, like, he's competing, doing everything that his brother does. Let's just keep it going.
Yeah.
Paralympics are great, but let's get you in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like, let's be the
shoot high.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And he likes to play soccer too, and they even have like a amputee soccer league.
Oh, well.
Where they do everything on crutches, arm crutches. And that's really big, like in South America. And so I was just like, you know, like the sky's the limit.
Yeah.